Hello, this is First Prospect, and welcome back to Let's Play Destiny 2, The Road to Forsaken. We are starting right where we left off. We have just revived Sagira. She is currently sharing our ghost shell, and we are off to go explore the Infinite Forest for the first time. The Infinite Forest, while a cool idea, unfortunately, is just a little bit of a crutch for the Curse of Osiris gameplay. It is, conceptually, a pathway between 3 points that is never the same. And the fact that it starts off looking like this is super cool, because this is not what it looks like for majority of the game. If it alternated between 3 or 4 different environmental presets, I think the Infinite Forest would be just one of the coolest things that Destiny has done. And if it had some sort of like horde mode speedrunning thing attached to it, that would be really cool. Unfortunately, most of the time it's just a giant hallway. At least here we get these cool little Vex teleporter rooms. Which, by the way, on Nessus, there's a teleporter that has become active that was not previously active. People are thinking it relates to another mission like Whisper of the Worm.
Made so he can explore multiple pathways at once. And yes, I am aware that it makes Osiris seem like an egomaniac. But don't worry, he is.
These little copies are also an interesting little idea of something that the light can do. It would be really cool if it becomes a power in the future for a subclass. You know, you spawn extra version, like decoys of yourself. And they experimented with this. Bungie experimented with this. Can I just... Oh, okay. They experimented with that during Halo Reach with the decoy power. So having a super that's like you spawn like 5 decoys of yourself, I mean, I think that would be pretty cool. And then like, you know, they're all a distraction and they're running around shooting. Maybe not necessarily doing damage, but you know. I love how the projections talk about Osiris like he's some other guy when it's like, no, you know, it's just you, man. How does a timeline expand? So, time, if there are multiple timelines, means that there are multiple time realities, and each one is distinct. If a timeline is distinct, and every change in a timeline results in a separate entity, then a timeline could not, in itself, expand, because it would have to be this. I hate time travel stories. They make no sense. The only acceptable time travel stories are like in Doctor Who, where it's kind of like, yeah, we know it doesn't make sense all the time, and we're okay with that. We explain that away. And, you know, the show's more about the moral lessons than, you know, the scientific exploration. Unfortunately, Destiny doesn't have the type of characterization to pull that off, where, you know, it's more about what our characters experienced along the way. It's like, well, that's a nice sentiment, but no. Your characters aren't strong enough to carry this. Especially when we've only read about them in Grimoire, and then you know, completely disservice them because, wow, for someone as powerful as Osiris, he doesn't do a whole lot in this game. Which is sad, because we could really use him during the events of, you know, Forsaken. We could have used him during the events of Warmind. We could have used him, well, we haven't gotten a Warmind yet in this playthrough, but we could have used him during the Red War. I guess nobody's gotten to Forsaken yet, technically. A lot of people just run through the Infinite Forest. I do actually kind of like to fight in it. Mostly just so I don't get shot in the back. Which happens a lot. Probably because I don't start running fast enough. Something cool for those who didn't know. You can actually, if you shoot off of a hobgoblin's head, it will prevent them from using that little solar thing that protects themselves. So if you've wondered how do I stop that from happening, because hobgoblins are so annoying, shoot the head first. It is the one Vex you actually want to shoot the head on. This is what the Infinite Forest looks like 90% of the time. Just these kinds of platforms. Over and over. And I mean, they've got some cool designs, but... yeah, each time is different, but, you know, when you're not actually fighting the enemies 90% of the time...
Eliminate the daemon controlling the local simulation, and the door should...
Where did the... Did they explode? Yo, sometimes my aim is really weird. It looks like I get... I mean, to me, it looks like my reticle is fine, and I don't get the critical. But that's probably holdover from when I used to play on PS4, and I'm used to it kind of giving me a little bit of leeway. I mean, there, boom, no problem. Oh, you want to play this game, huh? I gotta start using the numbers instead of my freaking mouse wheel. There we go. If I use the numbers to switch weapons, it'd probably be a bit faster, more reliable, since I wouldn't be accidentally scrolling too far or too little. So we're actually about to see past Mercury, which is, once again, in one of those top 5 things about the Curse of Osiris DLC. And that is how beautiful Mercury used to be. And you see the Traveler as it used to be. And this is how the Vex invade, which is terrifying. Just imagine these giant monoliths appearing in the sky.
Panoptes has a single purpose: reshape reality. All this started with a single Vex. Will it end with the arrival of a single Guardian?
It should have.
Only the Vex.
Oh, I see why he's made so many new reflections.
All right.
Yes, we've tried.
I thought we were actually going to fight something in there, but I guess not. So once again, we'll probably do 2 story missions just like last time. In case you're wondering how far I plan to go in this. I can only take so much Infinite Forest at a time. So now, I believe we're going to the Vex future. See, that's what I don't like about my aim. I end up overcompensating and then I just miss, and then, you know what, just go for the melee at that point. Get out of here, melee boys. I don't want none of ya. I don't want none of ya. I really want to know what Calus's weird dimensional power is. Like, is that a power of the darkness? Does he serve the darkness? Because it's really unclear. Because he's seen the darkness at the very edge of the universe, and he's kind of consigned himself to a nihilistic, hedonistic lifestyle as a response to what he's experienced. And it almost seems like he's gearing up to fight the darkness, but then at other times it's like he's almost like surrendered to it. This unexpected headshot was nice. I don't know. I really hope we get more information about Calus in Forsaken, and they give us some solid background beyond what has been established in the raid, because we're not going back to the Leviathan, so having an understanding of everything that we've done in the raid and the raid layers, like what Calus thinks of that, is, you know, that'd be real nice to have. There we go. Do we have a demon? do have a demon. Oh, there he is. I'm going anywhere. How do I miss? How do I miss at that range? Come on. Third time was the charm, you know. Landed that shot, no, just fine. All right, let's keep going. We're almost there. What do we have? One more platform, or are we just gonna connect? Yeah, we'll just connect. Beautiful. I love the knife into the head. Oh, it leaves the little wisp trail for the dregs.
You must find and stop.
Talking about Fallen and thinking about the player I helped. One of the two players I helped get Whisper of the Worm. One of them was Australian, and he told me about something called Billy Tea, which is a tea where apparently they swing it around to get it to either to froth up or to properly. I don't even know. It wouldn't be fermenting probably, but you know. And all I could think of were the dregs that swing the little fire lanterns, and I'm just imagining the Scorn and having an Australian accent. To me, that, you know, that was a joke that we had. You know, what was this, back on Friday? You know, 3-4 days ago now. It was amusing. So Panoptes is gonna look at us. He's gonna get all angry. There he is. Can't shoot him. I am pretty sure he is on the Oryx skeleton. He's got the same big arms. He's almost the same size.
This is bad.
And I think somebody did a little bit of research comparing how Panoptes moves to how Oryx moves, and it's like the same animation sets, which is kind of lazy, but I guess they had to port it into Destiny 2, and, you know, if it works, it works. But also, he's like, now he's the only Hydra with arms, which is a weird thing, and Curse of Osiris is a weird expansion, you know?
In trouble. We all are. I'll explain everything on our way back to the city.
We're going back to the city. Okay. Milestone updated. Speak to Ikora Ray. Let's do that. I can't access other activities at this time. So either it's going to take me there, like it has plenty of times before, or we're going to just end up in orbit, and we'll go there now. Look at that. All right, so we're going to do one more mission. Hopefully Ikora will tell us what's going on. These loading screens kind of take up some time, but I think they're a good chance for us to just sit back, relax, and, you know, not worry too much about anything. As you can see, I've got some of the raid armor, which is pretty cool. You know, all of our weapons are 385. We're getting our armor up. We already have gauntlets at 380. I guess we can do Arc Paragon. Or actually, having the dodge faster is probably something I like better. So actually, you know what? Why don't we go ahead? Why don't we switch back to Arc Strider? I've got everything unlocked for this class. Let's see. Damaging Aftershock. I think we like this a little better. I should really look up what's better. Okay, and that way we can always alternate between that and the raid armor. I guess we don't need Dead End Cure. Give us an extra Masterwork core. Don't need this Mythos hack. Oh, this helmet's stronger. Why have I been using this? Well, we can use it to upgrade our Celestial Nighthawk if we ever go Golden Gun, so that's cool. We're ever going to load into the tower? Man, sometimes the tower just takes forever, but it's, you know, it's reset day. I don't really need... But it's stowed hand cannons, and that's just not... I almost always have my Midnight Coup out. It just feels like Lucky Pants doesn't do anything for me, you know? Shadow's Cloak does more. Oh, because they're the raid armor, so that's why they... I was a little confused as to why they were up higher, but now it makes sense. So we're 381 now. I mean, that was very quick. it is crazy how fast you can get up to 381 as soon as you have other characters at 381. So, ooh, Dead End Cure. Ooh, Dead End Cure is higher. Guess we shouldn't have dismantled it. It's 374. Yep, we can get the Aikido shotgun up higher. 379 is beautiful. Is it because I have, like, tabs open in Chrome? Come on. I shouldn't be having any frame rate slowdowns here in the tower. Like, that's insulting. It only happens when I'm recording. Otherwise, I never have a problem with frame rate. It's a little silly. Well, okay. Outside of the EDZ, I never have problems with frame rate. 380 anger. Ooh. Do you have to keep giving... Well, I mean... They're two 380s, but they're both guns. Really kind of wanted... some other stuff. Okay. Armor is really what we're going for. Deep storage on Io. Okay, I guess we're going to go complete a mission on Io. There we go. Alright, so this will be our second mission for the episode, and it'll be the last part of the episode, so no big problems there. Io is a location that has become much more familiar to me in the past 2 weeks with the amount of time spent there just doing Whisper of the Worm. I am really excited for Forsaken if Forsaken has more of these in the store. I'm really excited for things like the annual pass, if the annual pass contains more missions like that, given that the annual pass is all about these non-story based end game types of activities. It's extremely exciting. Okay. Man, it's crazy. I spent so long trying to get my Warlock up to 385. You know, I have one 405 power weapon, so I can get to 387, you know. I got to do some more raid layers, get some more 405 power weapons, but hit that 393 by the end of this Solstice of Heroes event. That'll be sweet. But the goal is to have all of my characters up to 393, which is the max you can get before the 400 power armor drops. So actually, I should say by the end of the Solstice of Heroes event, I really want all my characters at 400.
Are you sure there's a map of the Infinite Forest here?
If the Vex are trying to reshape the future, the Pyramidion is part of the plan. The map has to be here.
Hi, Bowie. Are you saying hello to all of our viewers? All 10 of them? That's so kind of you. Do it. Okay. I'm always... thanks to the Pyramidion strike, I'm always afraid that those are gonna disappear. Hey, Bo. What's the matter? Your door's open for you if you want to go out on the patio. We have a screened-in patio, so he gets to go outside. Where he's, you know... He's not an outside cat, able to roam completely free, where he could get run over by a car, but he does get to go outside, which is nice. He's probably begging for his greenies. I think I've talked about greenies in a video before. Meow. As you can hear, my son is very talkative.
It wasn't just his prophecies. He never understood that there was more to being a warlock than being the smartest person in the room.
See, a lot of this is tell, don't show. You know, Ikora is telling us about Osiris, and we're not experiencing Osiris. You know? We see him through his reflections. Okay, yeah, whatever. But it's, you know, even the reflections go, yeah, but we're not really Osiris. And it's like, well, hello. Whoa. I didn't expect all of them to blow up at that. Ooh, yes, I made it back. Okay. I shot the body first instead of the head. Both of them. Boom. They're gone. See, if you only shoot the head, you don't have that problem. You know, I do appreciate that they're sending fanatics at us as a sort of counterpart to the fanatics of Osiris. I should probably masterwork the number. I don't know. I'm trying to save my masterwork cores in case there are some really cool guns that I want masterworked immediately in Forsaken.
Looks like Ikora was right. right. My scans
But given that power level goes up to 600, it'll probably be a while before I do that.
about the location of the conflict.
It's weird. It's kind of weird because I'm like trying to plan out what do I want to do with my resources and my materials when, you know, Bungie hasn't given us a huge amount of confirmation on how those materials are going to carry forward. Oh, they don't have the beams active at all, do they? All
I
right.
can reprogram that warp gate. It should get us close to the power box.
Lost my rampage there. Alright, got it back. I gotta say, having a gun like Midnight Coup that has rampage and outlaw, it's such a satisfying feeling when you're able to properly use it.
Calculations are ready. All you gotta do is jump through the hoop. Well, that didn't work as well as I expected.
There's no enemies in here? What a waste of my super.
Less than Osiris level perfection.
Ikora, here's a secret. No one has ever lived up to Osiris' reputation. Not even Osiris.
Boom, there we go. Alright. So, I don't remember if we actually have to kill Brachion. No, we just have to kill this guy, right? Network protection down. I destroyed the firewall. I was really hoping to get that Bat Goblin. Woo! You know, I really hope, since we didn't get anything about Deus Ex 3 this year at E3, I really hope next year we do. Because I love... what I was getting to last episode when I talked a little bit about Warhammer 40k and a little bit about Destiny is... I love sci-fi stuff. And Deus Ex, Mankind... You know, what was it? Human Revolution, then Mankind Divided. I mean... I loved both games.
I can tell that the conflux is somewhere nearby, but the Vex must be cloaking it. Look out! We've got incoming.
Okay, yeah. So this is a special mission. You don't have to do anything with Brachion here. Ooh. Think we're good on that one? Cause okay, yep. Just gotta lower the pylons. Nothing too hard. So I gotta say, I am also very excited to go ahead and do the Warmind campaign, because at the end of that we will get the Wormhusk Crown, which apparently for PvP is super good. I would love to try that out. Ooh. Oh, do we just kill the ads now? Objective survive. Objective survive. There we go. Do we need to do anything to this, or? Oh, I have to... That's what I get for being blind. For assuming that I'd have a third plate to stand on.
Map's not here. I don't understand.
Keep looking.
Wait, I've got something. Coordinates for a node in the Infinite Forest.
Yay! Back to the Infinite Snorefest! It's not that bad, but it's kind of that bad. Alright, fellas. Well, thank you so much for watching. This has been First Prospect playing Destiny 2 on the road to Forsaken. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you got something to say, put a comment in the comments below. And furthermore, if you'd like to see more in the future, hit subscribe. This is First Prospect wishing you a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Signing off.